Okay, thank you, Jim, for a fantastic overview. Really impressive. I'd like to thank everybody for sticking in for what's been a long 3 days, but I think everybody would agree it's been a very productive and enjoyable 3 days. I'd like to thank both the local organizers for putting together a great meeting, helping to organize the scientific program. I think everybody's really enjoyed that. I'm just going to go through some quick updates. We have been doing some outreach. We have had a meeting at the EASD in 2022 where we discussed the guidelines. We had a mini satellite symposium at the ICN in Tokyo in 2022. Harris, with his connections with the Egyptian Society of Diabetes and Lipidology, helped to have a joint session with them in 2023. And again, this time Ann Rabin and Harris will be going to Cairo for their meeting later this year. And then we had a joint session with the European Society of Enteral and Parenteral Nutrition. The president of the ESPN came in this week and as was just yesterday, gave a talk in that session, so it's great. And we've had discussions with him about forming operations, which I think is important. If you haven't seen our website, please go to it. It's been vastly improved thanks to the hard work of Jordi Salas and his Spanish team. And if you take a look and you think we're missing something, or if you think there's ways to improve it, please contact us and let us know. We're trying to get more and more members. I think our turnout this year has been fantastic. Last year was also great, so we want to keep the membership up. We tried to relax the rules and regulations a little bit last year, to make it just a little bit easier for especially students coming in to become members. So now you have to do 2 presentations to become a member, 1 presentation and attend 2 other meetings, or just attend 4 meetings and you can become a member. If anybody is still interested and has achieved these goals, please approach Harris and let him know. And this year we have 9 new members. 1 from Germany, 1 from Croatia, 2 from Germany, excuse me. 1 from Croatia, 3 from Spain, 2 from Canada, and 1 from Finland. So congratulations to our new members. We also finally, long overdue, it's been discussed for a long time, have an honorary membership for Angela, who long deserved. So congratulations, Angela. Thank you for your efforts over the years. Okay, future symposia. Next year is going to be in Canada. John will get up and talk really quickly and explain what's going to happen there. In 2026, Jordi will lead the meeting in Spain. Ursula and Maria will lead in 2027. And in 2028, we're undecided. It's either back to Croatia. Angela has suggested Italy, perhaps. Other thoughts are Germany and Norway. So we will give it some more thought and make a decision soon. That's all I have to say for now. I'm going to turn it over to John to allow him to present the upcoming meeting.
All right, so I have the pleasure, distinct pleasure of welcoming you to Canada for next year. On behalf of Cyril and Laura, we're going to be the 3 organizers for the meeting. It should be the 43rd, you're right, Jim, but we missed 2020. So it's it'll be the 42nd meeting, but the 43rd year of the group. We would like to welcome you to Ottawa, Canada. It'll be June 24 to 27, if you want to put it into your calendars. So very similar to this year. It'll be a similar format we had when we were in Toronto, in that we know those arriving from Europe would arrive likely on the Tuesday. And so we would have a welcome drink on the Wednesday, and then we would have 3 full days of symposium. But I think, we'll try to build in breaks and some social activities, because I know the intensity of the program always gets a little bit of a critique, even though I think people really do enjoy the science. We want to get a good balance. The location, so a little geography lesson for those of you who want to know where Canada is, what Canada looks like, and where Ottawa might be. So it's in the province of Ontario. It's our nation's capital. It's about an hour and a half from Montreal by car, about 4.5 hours from Toronto. And we'll talk a little bit about the travel, but just to orient you on a map, a lot of nice things in and around the Ottawa area to see, and also very easy to get across Canada if you wanted to continue your journey and make a holiday. We will be ensuring that the room rate that we will get will be held for, I think, 3 days after, 4 days after, 4 days before. So for those that want to be able to stay longer at the hotel, they'll be able to. So we've already got the website up you can scan that if you want to see it. We've already started to populate it with some topics, some of the things that you'll see in the presentation. Put this on, it's a bit noisy. Apologies. So feel free to scan that. So that's up. It's going to be a work in progress, but it's at least we're up and running day one. The venue, it's going to be the Fairmont Chateau Laurier in Ottawa. It's a grand old hotel of Ottawa, one of the original Canadian Pacific Railway hotels. It's quite a landmark. We were actually shocked to be able to get it because it usually is about $500-600 a night, but we got a very good room rate. So it should be a very, very, very nice venue, very nice rooms. It's been recently renovated, a very good conference space, and centrally located, steps from the Parliament Buildings, National Gallery, Byward Market, which will be part of some of our social program, but very nicely located and easy to reach. The scientific program, we just put down some ideas, some things we think that have worked well and where we've gotten a lot of good feedback. For example, around the scientific rigor, nutrition research, evidence assessment session we've had now 2 years in a row. I think trials update going forward would be useful, and a number of other topics, which I think GLP-1 receptor agonists and role of nutrition, I think keeps coming up. We'd like to see some of that, patterns, nuts and dried fruit, dairy foods. We had a session here, I think meat, dairy, and egg alternatives. So a number of topics. If you have ideas, please feed them forward to us. We're very open. This is just kind of a starter, if you like, just to kind of prime the pump. And those will be up on the website. Social program. So we have 4 nights with us. So the first night, you would arrive Tuesday. We'll have a welcome reception on the terrace at the chateau. It overlooks the canal, and you can see Parliament Hill there in the distance, just beyond the champagne bottle. I don't know we'll be serving Moet Chandon, but you can get the idea of it'll be a very nice evening on the terrace. And then we would like to, as one of our social events, probably do a tour of our Parliament Hill. It's within walking distance, do an after-hours tour. It's got some very, very nice features and things to see. And then Thursday, so that would be the Wednesday night. Thursday, we were thinking historical walking tour of Ottawa and the Byward Market area, where we would finish for our dinner. We're going to try to keep an active social program, no buses, try to get you walking everywhere. So that would be the goal, but not too far. It'd be accessible for all those with different accessibility needs. And then our gala dinner would be at our National Gallery, and it overlooks the library of Parliament Hill. It's quite a stunning location, stunning piece of architecture. So, and we would have access to the exhibits, the core exhibits there at the time. So we would do that. And we've been in discussions with Mike. We'll see if he agrees to it. But he's going to give a Banting lecture, but not a Banting lecture on diabetes, a Banting lecture on Banting and his paintings, maybe in conjunction with a humanities professor. We'll see. This his invitation's contingent upon it. But that may be part of the entertainment that evening. But I think it'll be a lovely gala dinner. So registration, this is a placeholder, but we're trying to keep it as close as we can. So we're going to try to raise money very aggressively to where it's been. And remember, there's an extra night. So normally we do 3 nights. You're going to have 4 nights. So factor that in terms of food and accommodation. So I think still a very reasonable rate when you consider EASD is about €1,000. You're going to get all of your social, you're going to be fed, get the full social program and the hotel for that as well. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now for, and it's based really on some of the more recent pricing, but we know things are getting expensive and there's a lot of pressures, but we're going to do our best to keep that. Travel. So people have asked this with some concern in their eyes and voices, but there is a direct flight from Paris. There's tentative flights from Frankfurt and from Heathrow. We'll see where they are next year, but there are connecting flights from almost anywhere in Europe to Toronto or Montreal. And then you would have a short flight from either one of those cities to Ottawa. And then from Ottawa Airport, the ground transport is very simple and easy to reach the hotel, which is right downtown in Ottawa. Key dates, this is what we're looking at right now, very similar to what we've had in the past. They may move, as they often do, to try to accommodate those with their late-breaking research, but March 15 would be abstract submission deadline. March 30, we'd hope to get the committee moving very quickly. Ulf did that this year, move quickly with the committee to get notifications out so that people can start booking and meet the early bird, which would be April 15, registration deadline, and then May 15, would be the end of the online registration. It would be on site after that. But I mean, obviously we can work with people, but those are the deadlines we're looking at, just to try to ensure we get the room blocked. So please put in your calendars. Welcome. This is again the link to the website for the event, and we look forward to welcoming you in Ottawa next year.
So now we're by the end, not really the end, because we will have a hopefully very nice dinner, of course, before we leave. But I just want to wrap up with a few words. I mean, I have to agree with Cyril that you said just a few minutes ago, that have been really 3 nice hectic days, but really nice, have been going very fast actually. So 3 days was quick, but I think that's a good sign. That means that we have enjoyed and we have kept ourselves busy with this meeting and with all the science, and I hope you really enjoy it as much as I have, despite the tight program and some rain yesterday as well, a little bit, but I think it has been quite successful. And first, of course, I want to thank my local team here, Mikael Fidén and Erik Rosqvist, who helped with this meeting, and also, of course, the Uppsala University administration helped a lot with different things, invoices and other things, and a big thanks to John and Cyril who co-organized this, and really been very important for this meeting, contributed a lot, as you know, and you always contribute a lot to many of the last year's meetings for several years, and that is really helpful for the group to help, and you're really experienced also doing this. A lot of advice and help from you, and sponsoring also. So that's really grateful. And I thank also Jordi for the where are you there? Your work with the web page and updating very quickly. Your colleague Carlos have been really ambitious and helpful with that. And also thank Diana, Sabrina, and Laura for your really good, important work. You have seen them filming and helping with all the slides and downloading, which is really important task, because if that doesn't work, then it will be really late meetings. And we're already late, so as Anna said, we scientists are not that's our limitation to keep time. But yeah, and also, of course, want to thank the sponsors that contributed to the meeting. And that's always a struggle to find funding from, but it's good you can find it from different sources, and also help from Canada, Toronto 3D, of course. So that's big thanks to all the stock sponsors, and also finally to Nova Park, of course, the hotel and the reception. They have been very helpful and have make this work, and with the dinners, with the food and all that. So I think that have been very nice. Yeah. So now we have a general assembly very soon here, but I just want to remind you that you need to check out 11 o'clock tomorrow. And I apologize that actually the hotel closing because in Sweden everybody goes on holiday in July, so including some hotels which are no conference, so they will leave. So they will close the hotel at after 12 o'clock basically. But I hope you got that information, and they will help you with transferring taxes and so on in the reception. Yeah, and the gala dinner is the next final very nice point in the program. Will be in this room, so it will be, they will rebuild this, so we need to leave it at 6 o'clock. So we'll be here, and will be some music also afterwards. And well, so I hope you really enjoy this meeting, and yeah, I think we will do that tonight. Oh yeah, you mean those? Yeah, it's a lot of things. Yeah, don't forget the certificates if you didn't pick them up, for especially maybe important for the students, but also others that are had maybe sponsorship to come here, and they need certificates of attendance, but also the oral presentations certificates and so on. So you should find it there on the table, unless you've already done it. So yeah, so I wish you a really nice evening, and I hope you enjoy the meeting again, and thanks again for all the help doing this meeting, to all the ones involved, and safe flight home, and hope to see you in Canada.